Don't get me wrong, I love being a financial coach. I honestly feel like, given my own past struggles with money and how I overcame them, I feel somewhat uniquely qualified to do this kind of work. But there are some harsh realities about being a financial coach that no one forewarned me of and nobody seems to be talking about. And whether you're new to financial coaching or you're just perusing the interwebs looking for some insights about financial coaching, I want to share 6 truths about financial coaching that will help you set some realistic expectations. Here they are in rapid succession, and then we'll unpack each one individually. Reality number 1, no one cares that you're a financial coach. Reality number 2, most people just want to feel better about their situation. Reality number 3, you're going to kiss a lot of frogs. Reality number 4, the saddest of all keys, and I'll explain that in a minute. Reality number 5, some people will not like you just because you're you. Reality number 6, content marketing is king. Let's get into it. Friend, it's Brad Long here with Zero Debt Coach, where we help 5- and 6-figure corporate burnouts escape their nightmare by teaching them how to effectively organize and optimize their finances, obliterate their debt, and accelerate toward financial independence by starting and growing an online business. Jump right into it. If you're anything like I was when I got into financial coaching, you have this sort of vague notion that people are going to celebrate and flock to you as their hero. And I get it. Because you likely understand that 78% of the population lives paycheck to paycheck, it should logically flow that people are excited that you're jumping in to help them. But unfortunately, it won't take much time for you to start seeing that the reality is much, much sloppier and much sadder than maybe what you've been led to believe by the financial coaching industrial complex, as I like to call it. So to help you set some realistic expectations, I wanted to uncover 6 realities I don't really hear other coaches talking about with very much clarity or specificity. Ultimately, I believe you're going to have much more success as a coach if you have a much stronger grasp of the actual realities so that you can set some realistic expectations going into it. Reality number 1. No one cares that you're a financial coach. What they care about is results, if they actually care at all, and most people don't, and I'll get to that in a minute. And just know that if they can get those results for free, they will do whatever they can to do that. The actual number of people who really want help is shockingly small. But the bright side of that somewhat grim reality is that the people that I've actually been able to help are the ones that I have the largest sense of pride and the greatest sense of accomplishment with. So they're out there. You just have to exercise some patience in finding them. But somewhat counterintuitively, these people were also the ones that may have actually needed my help the least. They were the ones that were totally surrendered to the process and allowed me to speak into their situations with frankness, encouragement, and sometimes even tough love. You can actually apply Pareto's principle, or the 80-20 rule here. You'll get 80% of your results from 20% of your students. Reality number 2, most people just want to feel better about their situation. Most people want to feel better about their situation rather than actually do something about their situation, which is usually harder. This particular reality took me a while to uncover and absorb because I had to get over my own projections. Let me explain. I remember how desperate I was when I went through my own debt elimination process. So for a long time, I just assumed everybody reaches that point of desperation where they're willing to burn the ships to change their situation. Well, the sad fact is that most people are not at that point just yet. No, I had to jettison my projection of that desperation and that willingness to change onto other people. The sad truth is not everybody really wants to change. Lots of people actually only want to feel better. I've actually had to start asking new coaching prospects that very question. Do you really want help, or are you just looking to feel better about your situation? Some people are actually offended by the question, and you can probably guess which bucket they fall into. Reality number 3, you are going to kiss a lot of frogs. This one is related to the previous one. Most people will waste your time sort of dancing around the subject, kicking tires, asking questions, and not really being interested in the real answers. Not interested in rolling their sleeves up with you to do the hard work of reforming their minds, their habits, and even their personalities, which is what it actually takes to win with money. And honestly, this is precisely why I've had to steadily increase the barrier to entry into my one-to-one financial coaching practice. I just got tired of giving 30 minutes of my time to people that would ultimately frustratingly ghost the process in some way. Reality number 4, or the saddest of all keys. This one is like Nigel's comment in the movie Spinal Tap. D minor is the saddest of all keys reality I've seen as a financial coach. The people who need what you do the most are usually the least willing to engage and or the least willing to pay you what you're worth to help them climb out of the hole they're in. The more disorganized, chaotic, or out of control someone's financial life is, the more it requires upwards of a PhD in financial engineering to help them disentangle themselves. The most complicated students I've worked with are the ones who are the brokest, have the most financial obligations, and simultaneously have the least amount of resources to deal with them. These are the ones that are staring down the barrel of a bankruptcy, can't pay all their bills, and yet haven't really seemed to hit the wall about the stark reality of their situation. They're destitute, but still not uncomfortable enough to burn the ships of their bad behaviors and right their economic ways. It doesn't matter how much pro bono time you give them or how much discounted coaching you offer them, they're just going to suck the life out of you and still not be willing to change their core beliefs and behaviors. Like I said, this is the saddest of all keys, but there's really not much you can do for them but pray that they have a proper awakening. Reality number 5. People will not like you just because you're you. You have to be okay with people not liking you. People are not going to like you just because you're you was a word of wisdom from an older attorney buddy of mine back when I was a runner in college in a local law practice. People are not going to like you, especially if you push back on any of their silly but closely held beliefs about money or publish any kind of polarizing content. And especially if they're a Dave Ramsey acolyte and don't like dissenting opinions about his material or his business practices. Real quick, if you're into this kind of content, a free way you can support us is by giving us a thumbs up or by double smashing that thumbs down and leaving us a comment letting us know what you had for breakfast or how you plan on using this material. And hit the subscribe button if you're liking what you have to fire students. It's just part of the deal. You don't have to be a jerk about it, but you do have to have boundaries and set reasonable expectations with your students. I've fired many students partially out of my own conscience, like, hey Karen, I can continue to coach you and accept your money, but I'm not really seeing that we're making any progress here. Reality number 6. Content marketing is king. This one is particularly important if you're expecting that you're going to build a profitable coaching business as like a local one-to-one financial coach. In full transparency and honesty, I just don't see that that's possible. If there are other coaches out there that are watching this that have actually had success with this, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What I have found is that the more traditional ways of building a local small business financial coaching practice, things like local terrestrial networking, like going to chamber meetings and BNI meetings, and just normal networking with other locally based professionals was just a gargantuan waste of both my time and energy. I found that what we do as financial coaches is so misunderstood and at least not well understood. And in my experience, all the people that regularly encounter our potential students that need what we do and should be sending us leads like, insurance agents, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, divorce attorneys, financial advisors, they're too busy focused on building their own businesses to really even think about us. And I don't blame them at all. It's just a reality that we can't really change, so why waste your time trying? The reality is that you need to start creating content like blog posts, videos, social media, targeted toward your particular ideal student, or as it's called in marketing, avatar. Yes, it is a long game, but in my experience, it's how you're going to find the people that really need and want your help. I have much more to say about this in terms of building an online business to complement and ultimately replace your terrestrial coaching practice. But I'll leave that there for now. So I'm curious, let me know in the comments below which one of these 6 points was the most unexpected for you. If you are a coach, what has your experience been? Let me know in the comments below and let's continue the discussion. So whether you're just starting out as a financial coach or you're looking to next level your coaching process, you can download my free coaching call presentation guide. This is the exact presentation I use for my initial coaching calls and will give you everything you need to outline your own process so that you can set proper expectations with your students and conduct yourself with both agility and confidence. And it's my free gift to you as a thanks for watching. Now, if you're just starting out and you're not sure how you're going to develop your own voice in content creation and content marketing and communicate to your financial avatar, i.e. your ideal student, I encourage you to head over to zerodebtcoach.com and click on the free guides button. This will take you to my library of free guides and printables that will help you gather some ideas of your own. Plus, when you download one of the guides, you'll be added to my email list and you can use that as an opportunity to see how I communicate with my list and start developing some ideas of your own. How can Zero Debt Coach help you? 4 ways. 1, subscribe to the channel and click the notifications bell to make sure you get our new videos every week. 2, download one of our free personal finance guides. You'll learn some of the exact strategies I teach my private coaching students on how to organize and optimize their finances, obliterate their debt, and move on to financial independence by starting and growing an online business. Number 3, if you're looking for a community of motivated and like-minded people, go ahead and get on the wait list to join our private financial coaching community. We only open it for new students a couple of times a year, so make sure you get on the wait list. And finally, number 4, if you need some help right now because you've got a burning issue, you need a problem solved, you want to talk through a complex situation, go to zerodebtcoach.com and click on the Become a Student button. And finally, check out one of these videos and keep on building your financial acumen. Let's make this your best year yet. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.